Can you hear that? What is that? What is...
Oh, R.A.T.
Alrighty, so we have the rats here in front of me, and it's a bit of a change of pace from our review last week with the glorious mouse. Those are aiming to be some of the lightest, best FPS mouse in the game. They're looking at taking on the top end esports motif, as it were, or position. That's where they want to be. Okay, these are a bit different. Now the rats had a cult following before, and they were actually pretty well made, if not a little bit under-spec'd in a way, because they came with laser sensors. It did limit them as far as FPS games go. When you go left to right in a laser, it will literally heartbeat bump up or down randomly, completely random. Acceleration would sometimes be random, so it would be very difficult to be consistent all the time. So luckily, for those that are interested in these products as FPS gaming mouse, these have all been changed to optical. Now they start at 16,000 DPI, 12,000, 10,000, etc., and they get lower and lower. One thing that I really like off the bat that these guys did was they put the sensor information right on the side of the box. A lot of the time, competitors and stuff or people in the market tend to marketing jargon and not give you the holistic truth of the product that you're buying. None of that will be happening over here, which is just 10 out of 10 as a starting off point. That was really nice. Look, all of them are relatively similar in their shape, but their feature sets do differ as we go, obviously higher up and down. You've got the 16,000 DPI 60G super boss in this end, and then this guy, it's a little 2,000 DPI 10G acceleration. So this is more very casual gaming, just point and click stuff, office mouse level, right through to professional gaming grade laser or professional gaming grade optical, as I've noted, which is much better. Now the R.A.T Plus, okay, this is much better priced than it had been previously, and at the price range, it's going to be very difficult for you to find something that's as well built as this. Both the R.A.T Plus and the R.A.T 6 have aluminium cast shells, so they are a little bit heavier. I've got them with the full weight complement in, which does make them pretty much, especially this R.A.T Plus, it's so heavy it has its own gravitational pull, and small items in your desk will go towards it. Now, I'm kidding. It can be lightened up, so that's one of the big pluses of these rats is the level of customization. So for instance, if I undo this weight section over here, whoops, almost lost that, and take these out, it does make a considerable difference. Each of these I think is a 10 gram, so they are quite substantial. You could even leave that off technically, and then you'll be able to just use it like that, which does make it a lot nicer. Now these have very specific shapes to them. They're definitely a bit more of a claw shape, as the back end doesn't have a complete rounded area to it. You can use it either or though, because they are extendable. So these can extend, and this specific one, it can come off, and there are other plates that you can put in with this on the back on the R.A.T Plus. So the 6 is very similar to that. They both have these really nice side scrolls on them, which was a nice little addition, I must say, for browsing. I don't know about gaming application with that, where you would maybe need to use it, but some of you might like having a scroll going sideways. Actually, I think about it, Tarkov could benefit from that, where you've got your lean mechanic. You could actually put it on the scroll, so you could lean in and out of objects with that, for instance, which is quite nice. 2 thumb buttons on these guys, dedicated sniper button as well. R.A.T exactly the same. Then we come down to the R.A.T 4. Now this differs in quite a number of ways, quite critically. One of them being that the base is now made from plastic, which creates a lot better weight distribution. The back is still extendable, so you can still take it in and out. And this one would honestly be my pick for the FPS gamers. Now the funny thing about this mouse is it's actually only rated for 30G. I tried my absolute hardest to make it skip out while flicking it around, and I literally just couldn't. So even with a 30G sensor, you're still going to be able to get relatively high up, and as far as the FPS level gaming goes, it won't skip out. So the tracking was was pretty much succinct with what I'd experienced on 50G mouse. The frame rate and everything worked like really nicely. And the pricing, that's the best part, is these are starting at like 1,300 Rand for a R.A.T Plus with this kind of build quality and customization that you have in these devices. We'll do a little pop-up for each one's price. But the overall experience of it is Mad Catz is back. They're back with their own unique design, and it is very unique. I do think once you get used to this shape, it will be very difficult to go back to a normal sort of ergo mouse. I do know of a lot of people that had R.A.T wirelesses that absolutely swear by them, and some of them are still working, and they'd been out of the market like 3, 4, 5 years. So there's definitely a quality to their build. Like I said, the plastics and materials and stuff are much better. Just the weight, if you're not into heavy mouse and you are a flick master, then it's going to be very difficult to game on the steel bodies because they are going to feel very heavy, and it feels exceptionally heavy to me because I've been playing on a 68 gram Model O. So it's going from that to this, it's doubling the weight even without the weights in. So what else to really note about these masks? Look, they're incredibly customizable. The R.A.T, I mean, you can take off this side pad, you can modify it with some other pieces. The side here can also be adjusted, it can be tilted. I mean, the customization on these masks is just like ridiculous. You can even check where your thumb position is and pull it back and forward over there. Like it's a customizer's, like, it's the ultimate customized mouse experience, but at the cost of weight. It is always going to be a thing with these mice. But, and like I say, they do have a flavor here for the FPS gamer. The R.A.T 4 Plus is fantastic. Sorry, I'm just kind of putting this all back together so I don't lose any of the bits, because jeepers, I've never had a mouse with so many intricate pieces in it, to be honest with you. So this is a first for me as well. I mean, and then the actual tool for adjustment is in the back of the mouse. This is it over here. So then you can stick it in the side. Actually, it's not. I'm smoking tick. Oh no, it is. It is. So yeah. So check there. It's got that positioning, and then oh, there we go. Because I was just going the wrong way. Sick. Okay, cool. So there you can see it even starting to move that piece around. So then you can adjust this for the angle that you want it to sit at, because it's spring loaded, and then tighten it up and adjust the positioning of the thumb thing. So if they're too far forward or too far back, you can adjust everything on the mouse. That is pretty cool. And like I said, the new pricing model is much more attractive. Their build quality is still very good. Their overall presentation is fantastic. The packages, I'm actually going to undo one for you now. You will have absolutely no doubt that you are the first person to open up this mouse when it comes to you new. There are 2 stickers on the top over here. I don't know if they should get points for or against packaging. I think that's one we'll leave up to the comment section. That's 1. There's 4, by the way. That's 3 and 4. Alright, then this piece comes out over here, then this piece, yeah, comes up. There we go. Finally. And then you undo this piece over here, and then you can undo there, and then this whole piece can come out, and then it's still molded into the plastic. This is the most intense packaging of my life. I'm not gonna lie. They've made sure, I think they've spent just as much on the packaging as they have on the R&D of the mouse. Then, like I said, it's still locked into this plastic over here. Oh, there we go. Finally, pops out. And then you have it. And there is our mouse. And this is the little R.A.T Plus. I mean, isn't that cute? It's like a I want to be a rat when I grow up kind of mouse. I mean, these are, I love really small tech as well, and these are just great little guys. No fanciness on it, nothing extendable, adjustable, etc. Unfortunately, on these normal, rubberized cable, wherever they can squeeze in an extra $1 or $2. But hey, they give you a whole bunch of nice little stickers with it as well, which is just fantastic. So in conclusion, R.A.T is back. Definitely should be on your radar. If you were into R.A.Ts before, especially, then a 6 or an 8 plus, a 6 plus or an 8 plus for you, definitely you're going to want to have those levels of customization and be able to tilt and move your stuff around. These are going to be great for that. The R.A.T 4, if you're a bit more into FPS and you want something lighter but you still want the R.A.T shape and the adjustable back end point, etc., this will work. It will do the job. And then these little guys, if you just want to have the coolest looking mouse in the office, pretty much. So thank you all so much for watching. We do hope you enjoyed this review. Until the next time, we'd love to see you on the flip side and all the lovely things. Okay, bye.